all-in-one quirky ideas, all packed into one small garden.
Oh, it actually works! That's awesome!
Has Adam lost the plot? Or is this ingenious?
One bit of furniture, but two ways to use it.
Renting or renovating? Tara's tips to take back your space.
Take this block of units here in the Melbourne suburb of Montmorency. They look pretty typical out front. It's only when you step out the back that you discover a unique and beautiful oasis. Now, this is actually the garden of a good friend of mine, and I already feel like Alice walking into Wonderland. Look at you, busy in the garden.
Hey, g'day, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Absolutely fantastic to have you here again.
Garden is amazing, and I know that it was a blank canvas when you first came here. You want to tell us how you created this?
Well, it was a very good process. After clearing out what was here before, I really, it's a small space, but I really wanted to make the most of it. It's about 270 square metres. It's an odd-shaped block, and I really wanted to get the most out of it, but also create little vistas and little journeys and, spots to discover.
Little secret surprises as you walk around the garden. Well, you're actually more than a gardener, aren't you? You're also a nurse and a horticultural therapist. So do you find that your garden is really a place to escape and wind down?
Very much so. It's my little escape from the big wide world outside, and it's just a calm spot for me.
There's also lots of really quirky elements in your garden. Tell me, how do you find these pieces?
There's so much wonderful little items or pieces of materials that we can make things out of.
Yeah, and all recycled and reused, and it's very sustainable.
Yeah, and I really like using older materials because they've got a lot of history and there's character and there's age to it, and you go, yeah, that looks fantastic.
Should we take a look around the garden?
Let's.
Okay. Can't wait to see more. You realise if I sit down here, I may never get up again. This is a great spot. How did you come up with the big, bold red?
I was inspired by a friend's house. He'd painted his whole house this colour, and I just loved it. I think it contrasts perfectly with the dark colour of the fence, and it's a real pop. As a gardener, we tend to be too busy, and I've deliberately put garden seating zones and just sit and enjoy it.
I love it.
Won't you come out for me?
I've always loved your planting palette here. What is the criteria that you use to select your plants?
For me, I really like a mixture of plants. I really love foliage. So different plants that have shape, texture, size, that really just combine well with each other and give me that really nice, lush, verdant kind of look.
You also want to have time to really enjoy that space.
Absolutely. For me, I want to low maintenance so I can actually just enjoy a meander.
A meander. Shall we meander?
Let's.
I just wanted to show you a few of my favourite features in this garden. So take a look at this. This is the Muhlenbeck or maidenhair vine. So believe it or not, this is a climber, and underneath this is steel mesh. So it grows so thickly and beautifully that it looks like a living screen. And take a look at this. This really is my cup of tea. Green screens are a great way to divide the garden, but what about narrow areas like this? They're always such dead spaces in a garden. I think this is a fantastic way to resolve it. So, for want of a better word, it's kind of like a plant bookcase, but it's filled with pots, some quirky features, and lots of tough, beautiful plants. As you can see, the garden really makes the most of vertical space, so there's lots of open shelving and upcycled planters like this. I also love The way Stephen's used plant repetition. So no matter where you go in the garden, you're seeing a lot of the same friendly plant species. And that means the garden has a really nice cohesive design. Stephen also makes the most of all the different levels throughout the garden, both through strategic planting, but also through the division of space. And what a fun way to make the most of a slippery slope. Woo! All right, Stephen, I know you're a man who likes to create something new out of something old, so we're going to make a hanging window box frame.
We're using old timbers from a old fence. This is the railing, so let's get started on the frame for that.
Beautiful. You're supervising. All right, let's get cutting.
So we've got a couple of pieces here that are at 900mm and a couple at 800mm. And now it's time to do some pre-drilling and screwing it together, and then we've got our frame.
All right, let's knock it all together. Look at this, as pretty as a picture. All right, so now we've got our frame made. We're going to make the window box planter. So what do we need?
This time we're going to use the palings, put a little box by itself, and then we're going to fix it simply to the frame.
All right, let's do it. So you like hunting for recycled wood?
I do. It's always good to find treasures like this, because as you can see, it's got beautiful age, has a bit of texture, nice bit of history to it.
Do you find that the wood you find drives the project or the other way around?
That is a really good question, because sometimes it's a bit of both. I have the idea of what I'm wanting, and I then go hunting. But sometimes you just come across treasures and you go, I'll keep that, because I know that one day a project will come out of it.
I know what I can do with that.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so now I see how it's coming together. So I gather it's just a matter of screwing the box to the frame.
It should, and it will go in nice and snugly.
Beautiful. Now the screws. All right, now we're ready to fill this with pots. And the beautiful thing about a feature like this is that you can create very different looks by using different collections of plants and pots. So,
well, you know me, Melissa. I love moving things around my garden, and I love different options. So this is looking fantastic.
all right, I'll tell you what options I've got. Okay, so we could either go for something a little more traditional. So we get our terracotta pots and we put some beautiful succulents in it. Or we could go the edible look, get some grige planters and fill them with beautiful herbs. Or we could go wild and go for a colourful foliage combination in brightly coloured pots. What do you reckon?
Well, let's go wild. This is going in a shady spot on the fence. So let's go bright, colourful, and let's give it a boost.
All right, sounds perfect. My turn.
That looked brilliant.
I think we did pretty well, actually. It really does actually sum up Stephen's garden too, I think. It's upcycled and there's just a pop of colour.
And it goes to show you can do a lot in a small
You
space.
certainly can.
And I will be unstoppable.
I'm going to get this out the way early on. Chilli's so hot right now. There you go, dad joke done and dusted. But it's not just the heat I'm talking about. These little beauties are going through the roof as far as popularity goes. So I'm off to meet a guy who's passionate about growing these fiery little fruits. Hello, Neil, how are you?
G'day, Charlie.
Mate, when it comes to chilies, you're the man. Is that right?
Oh, I grow chilies, yeah.
There's a few of them. I've had a look around. Every single one of these plants is a different variety of chili.
Correct.
Yeah, so you're growing them for seed, is that right?
Yeah, run a seed company. Yeah.
OK. So chilies come from all over the world?
Yes.
So you get a huge variety?
Yes.
Yes, and you seem to have a lot of them here.
Well, there's, I think, over 3,500 varieties in the world. I grow around 500.
Right. Now, most people, when they think of chilies, they think heat, horrible, blowing your head off.
Yes.
That's not true, is it?
No. You can get chilies that are as hot as capsicums.
Is there a scale?
Yeah, the Scoville scale.
Scoville scale that goes from 0 to...
0 to... The Guinness record holder's about 1.5 million.
It's a bit much for me, I think. Now, your plants here, they don't have any chilies on at the moment because you've grown them from seed. Does that mean that they'll put on chilies later on than, say, buying a plant from a nursery?
It depends when you start them.
OK.
I start these sort of at the start of spring rather than starting them too early inside.
OK.
So they will take longer, but they take between 100 to 120 days to get to full maturity and then start producing.
So from seed to full maturity, 120
about
days?
Roughly 100, depending on the variety.
So it really is much better to grow them from seed and wait a little bit longer for the fruit.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, you can go and buy them from the shops, no worries. They will still grow.
Well, Neil, I've learned so much from you. Fantastic, thank you very much. I'm off to pot up some plants and maybe put some seeds down.
Excellent idea.
I found it really interesting that Neil gets better success and more fruit from his chilies when he plants them from seed. So I thought I'd show you how to do it. I've got some of Neil's seeds here. Now, I just use one of these and I've soaked them in water so they get all swollen like this. Now, this is great because it holds on to the moisture. I'm just going to put 2 seeds in the top of each one and make sure they stay nice and moist by topping up the tray rather than the pellet itself. And it really is as simple as that. The next option is just with a pot like this. Now, I've filled this with seed raising mix and I'm actually going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 of this chili in. Now, this is Blue Christmas and 4 in here as well. Now, chilies are really strange in the way that they like competition. So by putting 4 in rather than just 1, they're going to germinate quicker and they're going to get bigger quicker. I'm just going to top it up with some vermiculite over the top, just a thin layer. And what that does is it's just a little bit easier for the seeds to germinate through, but it locks the moisture in. Once I've done all of these, I'll give it a good soak. And like Neil said, in about 120 days, your seeds will have germinated, they'll have grown and start giving you fruit. But if you can't wait that long, you can simply pot up some seedlings. I'm using quite a large pot for my chilies, and I'm starting it off with this basket of fire just because I love the look, not for the actual taste. I'm going for a variety of chilies. These ones, this is the pot black and the purple tiger, they're really quite mild. They're about 1 or 2 on the scale, but then I'm also planting some ones with real heat, like this firecracker and Jay's Red, which says extreme on it. Now, chilies don't just have to be about the heat. I'm even going for this lovely little purple one, just for the fact that it's nice and ornamental. Chilies like really free-draining soil, so they're perfect for potting mix. Just make sure you get the best you can afford. Now, I've soaked these first, so they're nice and moist, and I'm not going to disturb the roots because chilies don't like too much root disturbance. You don't want anything that's pot-bound. This has got plenty of potting mix showing through, so I'm not too concerned about it. It really is as simple as popping it in the pot, making a bit of a mess, and then backfilling and gently pressing down. Now, the bowl of fire is at the back, and I'll be placing the smaller ones around the front. Because chilies are so fast-growing and they do a lot of fruiting, you need to support that growth with some food. Something like a liquid is perfect. Now, this stuff is great. It's got lots of nitrogen in it. It's got potash for the fruit as well. I apply my liquid as per the label because this needs 4.5 capfuls for 9 litres. If you put more in, you're just going to waste it. Your plants aren't going to grow any quicker. Having a liquid is great because it's instantly taken up by the plants, and I apply it every week, maybe every 10 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do I have the guts to try a chili? And I'm not great with heat, but you know, why not? This is a bird's eye. This is quite hot, so I've been told. That one got me. Oh!
Yep. I did it. That one did it.
If you're renting, perhaps even living in a share house, or maybe even still living at home, the options to put your own stamp on your space can be pretty limited. So I've got 3 clever ideas that involve very little DIY and very few tools to turn your space into a design mecca. In this house, 4 20-something-year-olds share the same bathroom. What I can do in this girl's bedroom is create a beautiful area to get ready in for the day. So my first project is a full-length freestanding dressing mirror, and you'll hardly need any tools. Now I'm using plywood. I've chosen a thick piece, that way it'll be sturdy and it won't buckle, and the first job to do is actually seal it off with a good quality primer. For the main colour, I've chosen a pink. Now this will tie in with the other accents in the room. Now, when you're choosing colours, if you want them to look sophisticated, my tip is to go for the slightly more muted shades. If you're going for pink, it's very easy to get it wrong. It could look a bit sugary and girly, but this one looks grown up and sophisticated. To allow this mirror to be freestanding, I've also painted a smaller piece of timber. So what I'll do is line this up and attach it with a hinge, and when it's fully open, you'll see it will have a slight lean. See how we went. Perfect. Okay, so to hold it open on just the right angle, what we're using now is just a simple cupboard latch. And to create a glam effect, I'm gluing and nailing on a board for a backlit mirror. So this is the LED strip lighting that we're going to use. And what's so great about this is you don't need to be an electrician to actually install it. You can buy it off the shelf at Bunnings. It's got a sticky back, great for dressing tables or under stairs. There's so many uses for it. What you do need to do though is drill a hole straight through. That way you can feed it through and you don't see any of the messy cables. Okay. To keep costs down, what we're using is a standard off-the-shelf mirror. These things are cheap as chips, so that's the reason for this backing board. I've cut this a little smaller and that will allow that little shadow line. So to hold the mirror in place, you'll need double-sided tape and also mirror silicone. The double-sided tape basically holds it while the silicone dries. On, not going anywhere. Luckily, it's straight. For an easy shelving system, this stuff is fantastic. You can buy this system from Spotlight, and basically it's completely adjustable. You get the dowels and they go into the holes, and it means you can move the shelves around as often as you like. Great for little bits and pieces. This is going to work a treat. So I'll line one up at the top, one a little bit further down, and one somewhere in the middle. So in with the dowel, handy little spot to hang all of your Tiffany, or at least the start of your collection anyway. Perfect, let's get it in the room. I love it already. The old clothing rail that came out of the bedroom, still in perfectly good working order, just a little on the drab side. So what I've done is given it a quick hit with some spray paint. It's a little bit more fashionable now. So to take it up one extra level, what I want to do is incorporate some shelving. And I can do that easily using some of this seagrass twine and more of these peg shelves that we used before. It's a fairly simple tying system. So I've just started with that loop at the top and then divided the strings in half with a knot underneath. you can see that it holds the shelf up on one side. So I'll just repeat the same for the other. The shelves tend to want to do this, so one way to stop it happening and also add a hanging rail in here is to use some dowel. So take a short piece and just slide it between the two strings and just twist round and round a few times until it feels so tight you can't go any further. And then swap the short piece of dowel out for the longer piece, slide it through and repeat the same for the other side. Two sets of drawers that were in the room already, perfectly great, just a little plain Jane. So what we've done is painted them the same colour as we've done the mirror. And instead of adding the top drawer, we've taken that away completely and just used a scrap of timber from the mirror and some shelf supports to create an open shelf unit. Now, you're probably wondering why I would have lost a drawer and replaced it with a shelf. Well, this is a great little hidey hole for hot appliances, things like your straightening irons when they've been turned off and also your hairdryer. If you stash them in there instead of on top, keeps it clutter-free and it's a great place for them to cool down. This is a mini makeover, but it's had a pretty major effect on this room. Now remember, this is a shared house, and the young woman who resides in this room now has her very own personal space. She can call it her own. Each of these projects are completely achievable in their own right. You could do any one or all three of them to make a big difference at your place. And for me, what works the most is the colour, the strength of that throughout the room. So what we've done is echoed the colour throughout, the colour in the paint, the accessories, through to the bed linen and the art on the walls. Remember, this is all portable, so when she decides to move house, everything can be packed up and taken away so the next home can feel just as personal.
When you're short on space, what you need is a twofer. What's a twofer? It's two for the price of one. One bit of furniture, but two ways to use it. A dining table that turns into a coffee table. You've seen it all before, right? Not this one. This one's different. That's special. You can get everything you need to make this project from your local hardware store. I'm using 19mm ply and I've just had Bunnings cut it down to a rough size for me. The first thing I need to do is cut out the shape, and that will be a circle. So I'm going to mark a line from each corner. That will give me my centre point, and with the scrap bit of timber and a nail in it, I'll put that in the centre and trace around, and that will give me my circle.
So let the games begin. We only play to win. Zeus, lightning, and bolts is about to carry y'all in. Hand us the reefs and build our statues. We are the conquering heroes that will outlast you. And that's true. Got the crowd going crazy when we pass through. We do it for the
Beautiful. With that mark, now I'm going to use my jigsaw to cut it out. My tabletop cut out. I'm now giving it a quick sand, then I'm going to go over the top and bottom with an undercoat and leave the edges exposed.
leave you on the rack, trying to hang with the real. Iron sharp as iron, so we sharp with the skills. Iron sharp as iron, so we sharp with the skills. We hungry for the glory, yeah, we starving for that meal.
While that dries, I'll get on to making the legs. For that, I'm just using some 30mm ply, which I've had cut down. Now, this table is going to be a three-legged table. That way, it doesn't rock. The shape of the legs, well, they're going to look like a boomerang. That's the legs marked out. So this big one is a leg. The smaller one is going to be the bracket. Now, I'm going to cut these out and use them as templates to mark the other two pairs. To cut them, I'm using a jigsaw on the curve and a circular saw for straight runs. Don't you think these legs look like boomerangs? Let's see if it works. Oh, it actually works! That's awesome! The boomerang table! With our brackets and legs cut out, I'm just giving everything a quick sand. So how does this work? Well, we know this is the bracket. That's going to sit up here, and that would be our tabletop. And we know this is a leg, and that sits on top of our bracket. In this mode, it's a coffee table. To turn it into a dining table, we pivot our leg, that would hit our top, and that becomes a dining table. We can see that our leg is longer there. So that means next up, we need to attach the leg to the bracket. To do that, I'll be using this stainless steel bolt, which means I need to drill a 12mm hole through both pieces to allow that to go through. Then on the inside of the leg, to make this operate nice and smoothly, I've got this ball bearing. And with a spade bit, I'll drill a hole to the depth of the bearing. And to get the depth right, I've just put some masking tape on my spade bit. Beautiful. Dining table, coffee table. Just need a tabletop. 2 more to go. To attach our brackets to our tabletop, I've just cut up this dress pine. That will get screwed to the top of our bracket, so it ends up looking like this, which means once it sits on our tabletop, we can just screw through and that will hold it in place. All our legs together, now I can position these brackets around the table evenly, and you just want to make sure that the leg doesn't go past the edge of the table. So basically, where we'll go, table goes up, table goes down. For the colour, I've gone with dandelion yellow, and I'll be giving it 2 coats, because it was all yellow, son. For the legs and around the edge of our table, I'm just going over it with this clear coat, and you can see it just really makes that grain pop, and it seals the timber, keeps it protected. With everything dry, we can now start putting this table together. I'm going to start with the legs, and the way you do that, you get your stainless steel bolt, you slip on a washer, you go through the leg, then we can add our bearing, then goes the nylon washer, we put that through our bracket, add another washer, and finish it off with the nut. You tighten it up, and then repeat that another 2 times. And this is the beauty of this design. When you're relaxing in front of the TV, you can have it in coffee table mode, somewhere to put your coffee or your water and your remotes. And when you're ready to host a dinner, you just flip the legs up and it turns into a dining table. You just need to invite your friends over. And that is one good looking twofer. Now I just need to find some friends.
It's such a masterpiece. Keep doing what you're doing to me. Keep doing what you're doing.
Have you ever seen so many gorgeous faces? They are, of course, alpacas. I'm in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales. There's a family here that are living their dream, breeding, rearing alpacas for their fleece. Let's go and meet the family and let's check out the crias. Yeah, that's a baby alpaca. Come on. So here they come, a little bit wet. You know the interesting thing, guys, to me? We were all born wet. And ever since then, we've been trying to stay dry. We could do with a bit of rain too.
Yeah.
So, Mick, Karen, Good to meet you both.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Dr. Harry.
Need to know a bit about your joint.
We're currently farming here. We run across 3 properties in the Southern Highlands. We've got a property further north that we grow feed on, and we have some old retirees there, but only about 4 animals.
Oh, I could go there.
Yeah, plenty of room for you.
That would suit me down to the ground and I'll retire.
That'd be good. Yeah, we'll
okay.
only get shorn only get a haircut every 2 years, but is that okay?
Happened only yesterday, didn't it?
Yep. So,
Now, tell me something. It's got a lovely name, Storybrook Farm. Where did that come from?
oh dear. Well, look, I grew up on a sheep farm. I said to Karen, we should get a farm. It's a great way for kids to grow up. And she said, sheep? I don't want bloody sheep. I want alpacas.
They are, in fact, an incredible animal. I mean, originating from South America, the Incas used them for years and years and years, and they learnt to survive under very rough circumstances.
Amazingly harsh conditions, and those animals are pretty tough.
Now, listen, guys. We are getting absolutely sopping wet out here, right? OK? Will you excuse us, dear viewer, if we move to the alpaca shed where we at least have some cover from the inclement weather?
I love
OK,
it.
let's head on.
Wonderful.
Come on.
OK.
We're going inside.
So that's the fleece. How often do you shear? Because some people shear twice yearly, most people shear only yearly, don't they?
We're shearing annually. This is between 16 and 17 micron. It's hitting ultra fine for us.
So, Harry, the thing that you'll notice with probably alpaca fibre that's different to a merino or sheep fibre is that there's no lanolin.
It still doesn't feel harsh in any way.
No,
it
it's
feels very
beautiful.
soft, right?
It's just soft.
Yeah, it takes us about 4 days to get through the entire mob.
So how many have you got?
We're running about 1,200
Wow.
at the moment.
So now, we've got some fleece, OK?
Yep.
Obviously, you're going to sell this. You told me that most of your sales are overseas.
Yep.
OK?
To China, to India, to New Zealand,
UK.
to Turkey, to UK. It's going right around the world, and it's really stamping Australian alpaca as the brand. As a family holiday, it's at the Sydney Royal, where we're there for a week, and we share that time with every other breeder there, but you're always looking for males there, looking for males that can complement your herd and give you the desired outcome is a little bit of improvement.
So the male you might put with a female that hopefully you're going to get a cria that has denser fleece. But Mick and our daughter Ruby spend a lot of time, and there's a lot of debates around the family table.
What have you done with Ruby? Let's meet her.
Oh no, handbrake's on.
Ruby, have you engaged first gear yet?
I have. Here we are.
Introduce
It's
me.
low off the mark. This is Maverick.
Maverick, how are you? Are you good? And Maverick is something very special when it comes to alpacas.
Is.
Tell
So
me.
he's currently the national adult male champion for his age group.
How beautiful is that?
It is very
That is
beautiful.
absolutely beautiful, isn't it, you know? What is there about an alpaca that really grabs you?
I've always appreciated their level of intelligence. They're very curious animals, and I've just always had this natural affinity with them. I've just loved them from such a young age.
But now you are doing... I am the judge. Right?
I am actually. I'm not quite a judge
And
yet.
you're going scarlet about it too, right? I see you're going quite red, but you be proud of it. Tell me what you've achieved.
So when I was 19 years old, I'm 20 now, I made it through as the youngest ever apprentice halter judge that the Australian Alpaca Association has put through.
So many times I've said to young judges, you know, if you've never seen a good one,
Yeah,
you won't appreciate it when you do.
exactly.
I did see some youngsters up there in the shed.
They're only a week old.
And I know my viewers would love to look at some babies because they're always something special, and there's nothing cuter. You'll find out. There's nothing cuter than a cria, is there?
Not,
Can we make our way up there?
no worries, let's
All
go.
right. You ready to go? So these are all babies. How old would these be, Mick?
A week old.
This one's a little bit sparse at the moment, isn't it? Yeah?
He's only 2 days old.
He's a couple of days old.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. 2 days old. And you look a bit sparse. Mate, I'm 70 years old and I'm really sparse. Don't worry about it, OK? You'll get over it. So the mums are making like an unusual sound, like a
So they're calling to the crias that we're holding. You'll notice each mum is humming differently. So one's humming a little higher pitched than the other.
You are a wonderful family.
Ah, thank you.
With what I think are fantastic animals. I love alpacas, I really do. I think they're, as you put it, super intelligent. They really are smart animals. So thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.
Much appreciated, and be on my way.
Yeah, wonderful.